If you don't know what Sada Roti is, or if you find making it or kneading flour intimidating or daunting, then this is the video for you. Today I'm going to lead you through the steps and help you overcome your fear of kneading flour, and also help you to understand why your roti has been stiff, hard, unbreakable, inedible, and just doesn't swell. Sada Roti is a soft, unleavened flatbread. It is the most basic type of roti made in Trinidad. It was brought to Trinidad with the arrival of indentured laborers, including my great-grandparents, who came to work in the sugarcane fields beginning in the 1830s after the end of slavery. This staple is served for breakfast or dinner with vegetarian and/or curry or stew dishes. It is to Trinidad what flour tortilla, naan, pita bread, and chapati is to the rest of the world. Let's make roti. In a small bowl or basin, add 4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder per cup of flour, and 1 teaspoon salt, which is optional. You can do this in a much smaller bowl if you wish. I just want you to get the full effect of this flour kneading process, because there is a technique to it. I'm going to start with a little bit of water in the center. That's it's about a half a cup of water. I'm squeezing the dough to bring it together. So far I've used a little more than a cup. And my technique is moving it in circular motions like this, over. What you don't want to do is roll it over itself or fold it over. That makes it stiff. I'm just pressing down to smoothen the dough like that. You'll notice here it's a little sticky and it's not too dry. If it's too dry, you'll get a very stiff roti. And I'm going to try not to fold over. You're not folding over, you're not doing this. When I started making roti about 30 years ago, that was my biggest mistake. I learned that the hard way, and I'm going to save you a lot of time and frustration. Do the rolling motion, works. And then you press down. I just want to smoothen the dough a little bit. So as you can see, I used about 1.5 cups of water. And that's it. You can tell a good dough for Sada Roti. It's soft and it's not too sticky. I'm going to cover this and let this rest for about 20 minutes. The flour has been sitting for about 15 or 20 minutes. Now I'm going to make the loyahs or balls. I'm going to make 4. Squeeze it at the top to seal it, because if this is not sealed properly here, it will not swell. So make sure it's sealed. See, I'm rolling up. some searing. And if you have a smaller tawa, you can make these loyahs much smaller. Seal it at the top. I'm also trying to make the dough a little smoother. So this is it. So your loyah. You have 4 loyahs. The flour has been resting for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm going to press it down. And you see it stays. That means that it's ready. If it came right back up, you just need to let it rest a little longer. For the next step, you will need Partan, which is basically flour in a small bowl. Your Belnah to roll it out, and your Chowki. Place your tawa over high heat until it's very, very hot. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the surface. And press it out. Flatten it. If at any time it starts sticking to your Belnah or Chowki, just sprinkle it with a little more flour. You want to apply a little pressure with long rolling strokes to make it even, paying attention to the edges so that they are not thicker than the center. Pick it up, flip it back and forth, and slap it on your tawa. If it's not a circle at this point, you have 2 or 3 seconds to stretch it into shape. Now there are little bubbles forming at the top. I'm going to turn it over. And I like moving it around on the tawa here just to allow it to cook evenly. Gonna turn it over again. It's already swelling a little bit and I haven't even saked it yet. Move it aside. And spin it. Remove it from the tawa and wrap it tightly in a kitchen towel. Let's repeat with the second loyah. Flip when you start seeing bubbles appearing. Let's keep it real here, folks. Not every roti is going to puff up or swell fully, so don't stress yourself about it. Here I am going to put my husband to the test. If he can do it, anyone can. If this is too hot for you, by all means use a kitchen towel or a pot holder to hold the roti. Be very careful here because once that roti starts to deflate, you can get burned with the steam. You can cook your roti as light or dark as you wish, it's up to you.